they'll just put out, quote unquote hot topic, and Whoopi's going to say this, and Joy's going to say this, and everyone already knows, but it just gives people validation.
Well, they did the same thing that like I'm criticizing with Janine Pirro with Sunny Hostin. Only the difference is, as much as I don't like Sunny Hostin's bona fides are legitimate. She was a top tier prosecutor. She was top of her class. She actually was very, very good at what she did inside of the system. Now, I don't agree with her, and she's politically slanted as hell on the far left. But she actually is somebody that when they ask her the legal questions, while she'll tilt it a little bit to the left, she actually answers it correctly. Whereas, and I think it bugs me because I am a Republican, that when I watch The Five, I want Janine Pirro to answer in a way that actually fucking makes sense. And she's wrong like 2/3 of the time. Like, how are you the judge on the television show? Like you're the judge on the panel and you're wrong about 80% of the legal material. What is happening here?
I agree with you. I don't watch The Five, so I don't know. But with Sunny, it's almost like you're too smart to be pandering this hard, and I can see it, and I hate it. It's like I know she is on the left, but half the things and the takes she gives, I'm like, come on, that's so bad for me.
I think the person who I respect, one of the most, I think, respectable sort of infotainment shows is Bill Maher. I think Bill Maher, he has an undergrad degree, no advanced degrees, but he clearly studies, he reads, he has good guests on, he's very fair to conservatives when he has conservatives on the show. You can tell he gets along with them. I think Bill Maher, I think that's just a great show. Given he only has to do it weekly. I mean, that would be very difficult to pull off, like 4 nights a week or something. But I think Bill Maher does it great.
Yeah, the thing about Bill Maher and the format, right, is he gets to be interviewer / host. So he's not really expected to know much about the material other than kind of the backstory to be able to ask the right questions. Whereas on these panels, like, they'll turn to each other for opinions, but then they'll turn to whoever's supposed to be the expert, like Sunny Hostin or like Judge Janine Pirro, and go, oh, can we get the legal analysis? And it's like, no, you should not be getting the legal analysis from this bitch. Like, Bill Maher does the old school interviewer host role. And it's like, okay, he doesn't have to be the expert. He just sets it up for them to answer the questions that people would be having. And that role, those type of programs are a little more up my alley than like the panels where they just kind of throw a story around like a bouncy ball until somebody makes a joke or it sticks. And then they'll lean to the quote-unquote legal expert every now and then, and it's just wrong or super slanted. Like, Bill Maher still does like a show. It's a different format.
Yeah, no, I agree, it's entertaining too. I mean, the show is actually entertaining, right? And he, my ex took me to go see him stand up, and I expected to be disappointed. I'm like, this guy's not a real stand-up comedian. He was hilarious. I mean, I saw him in Philadelphia. He was unbelievable. But just he's a good entertainer. He stays in his lane. He gets good experts on. You can actually learn something in the hour. He has people he disagrees with, and he's an atheist. He has a lot of religious people on. It gets in real honest dialogues. I mean, I just think he's a class act.
Yeah, so here's the thing that I would say, Pearl, right? Like, you can look at ratings, and TV networks look at ratings because it's a financial thing for them. And the ad companies look at ratings because it's financial for them. I don't look at the fact that a lot of people watch something and suddenly think it's quality, right? A lot of people watch Real Housewives. It's dumpster trash that burns your brain.
Right.
A lot of people like something being popular. Roger and I had this conversation the other day. Something being popular does not indicate quality to me because people can like trash, like utter trash. And I would rather watch something that less people watch that's quality than the trash that people go, oh my god, this is amazing. And there's a time for trash, right? Like when you think about it with food, if I'm leaving the bar at after hours, Del Taco sounds delicious. But on like Tuesday afternoon at 2, if I walked by a Del Taco, I'd probably puke on the sidewalk. Like, there's a time and a place for everything, but you gotta watch how much trash you absorb.
That's what they call reality TV, junk food TV. You can't live off of junk food.
Or you shouldn't. Like, we have a society that does, which is why we also have a show called My 600-Pound Life. And a life expectancy that keeps going lower and lower.
The best.
Well, I'm just saying that you don't
You
get
see?
to my,
You see?
you don't get to my 600-pound life if you don't have a culture that fucking overeats trash. Like, you just can't get that fat. Like, you can't get that large eating normal, healthy, non-Monsanto food. Like, you just can't. It's impossible. That would be the show. Making someone 600 pounds eating healthy food. You couldn't do it.
By the way, Brent, did you see, we were talking about TV, did you see that Jon Stewart this week actually came out and said Biden shouldn't be president?
With a list of demands.
That came after a petition by city officials for
Mr.
migrants to
Jon
move from this
I have a weird take on
under a
him,
bridge
so that's a
to
different
indoor
thing.
shelters funded by the city.
This
He's kind of
morning, they
grifty
sent
in the last year.
buses to
Oh,
take
I
the
never
order
got-
without presenting that
I never got
document
grifty vibes from
and
him
without
before, but in
having
the
any
last
kind
couple
of
of years, he's
signature
very grifty. And it's
for
like,
accountability.
yeah, this is awkward. Like, I liked him before, but you feel very
These
grifty now.
folks haven't received the same
It
benefits.
is
They're not
crime.
receiving any kind
what
of
he did
official
with the Daily Show.
housing or
I also think the 65 I think the biggest mistake for America, of course you would do it, like just because it's the historic thing, but I think Colbert was so better in character on the Colbert Report. And then when he went on to take letters of shit, he just not as funny.
300%.
Hey Jeff.
This is one of the wildest. Good morning.
Yeah, I mean Colbert was so funny on his old show.
Hi, we are the missionaries.
Creative.
Church of Jesus Christ of
That
Latter-day
show was
Saints.
fantastic, and now he's just another fixture. He's
Stories.
wants to be open to the side.
How much student debt do you think you'll be in once you graduate?
Maybe 60.
He had something brilliant, and now he's just another
$53,000.
late night.
Okay.
show.
What if I told you that there's a new kind of college out there where you can learn from professors who teach at big universities like Princeton without the extra cost?
I probably wouldn't believe you.
No way.
Does Mr. Jeff have an anniversary?
I'll ask you what it was called. It's called campus. If you don't.
Mr. Jeff, did you hit 3 years, sir?
Oh, it's with great shame that I acknowledge that.
What did you do during those 3 years?
I learned to tolerate you, David.
I don't think that's a positive.
He did accomplish moving in the 3 years. Jeff, you moved. I mean, you got that.
I fixed the beeping from the thing in my basement. That's another memorable piece of the 3 years. So basically, the world is better because of me being a clubhouse.
I think you've even had sex a couple times since I've known you. I mean, these things have happened.
Whoa.
Scott, don't tell everyone our secrets.
Just a couple. With the amount of dancing this motherfucker's doing, it better be more than a couple.
No comment.
Okay, good. It's more than a couple. I was worried about you for half a second, Jeff. Half a second.
Oh, you care.
I mean, I can devote a half a second to a fellow Jew. Like, you know, not every fellow Jew. Some are not deserving of half a second, but you get a couple seconds.
Oh, thank you.
Like, you helped increase the class level of the entire state of Florida, so they should be appreciative.
They sent me a note when I arrived, thanking me.
That sounds like a knock in Florida.
It was handwritten, sloppy handwriting.
The question is, was it in English, Jeff? Because we know where you are.
They misspelled a few things.
Close enough.
So Jeff, you know, I was talking to Raphael yesterday, and you know, I'm back in my hometown where there are just no Jews. I mean, just no Jews as far as the eye can see. We're thinking about starting a Chabad in New Jersey.
Is there not a Chabad at the university right next?
There probably is in Rowan, yeah. I mean, yeah.
There's one at Rowan.
Yeah, there's one at Rowan, probably.
They wouldn't do one in Pitt.
I was looking at Rowan.
Rowan is really built up now. It's not.
It's not Glassboro Teachers College anymore.
No, it's not, Jeff. It is not. It is quite impressive, actually. I mean, it's ugly building up, but it's still, yeah.
I wouldn't say it's impressive. I'd say it's impressive for Rowan.
Right. But, you know, for a small state school, I mean, it's you know, which when I was growing up was kind of, you know, you just looked at it was terrible. And now it's, you know, I mean, look, it rivals Trenton State. I mean, it's something.
Trenton State is a penitentiary.
Well, I mean, there is a college there. Oh, now it's called the College of New Jersey, I guess. It was Trenton State. Now it's called the College of New Jersey.
You know, honestly, I didn't even know there was a college there.
TCNY.
Yeah,
Trenton's such a shithole. I had no idea people went there to drink.
pretty terrible city.
No, you go to Trenton to get the Amtrak.
You go to Trenton to get the anthrax?
No, that was my no. David's right. That was when I was in Princeton. That was the place. You got the Amtrak out. Yeah, you actually, when I was in Langford, when I was in Princeton, I actually stopped at Princeton Junction. When I was in Langford, Trenton was the closest place.
I forgot about the Amtrak. What exactly happened with that? I was a little on the younger side, but where did they send it, and why did it become such a big deal? I imagine, do these things not happen?
Scott, check your back channel or your Insta.
Gotcha, buddy.
I got kicked. Can you believe that? I love the fact that I get kicked.
I'll be a shower though.
Bleach, you should change your PTR, Bleach, because that PTR looks racist to me. It looks like you're culturally appropriating Hindu people and white-faced people together, and what you're doing is creating a travesty.
I think these people do that because I am the Blitz and I'm all here to annoy the shit out of you. You're welcome, Hypnosis.
Can I ask you a question, Blitz? Thing that you said. Just randomly. Is there ever been a time, I know you like to dabble in this, like kind of troll thing sometimes. Have I ever been the victim? Just curious.
Of what? What are you asking?
I'm just curious if, like, you know, ever like, trolled me?
I am the most genuine troll you can ever meet. I'm trolling all the time. I don't know how to do it the other way. I'm a constant troll and joy because it's the madness which makes me. This is why people don't understand me, what I'm doing, and it's okay. So if you feel a victim because I am how I am, then yeah, sure, you can be the victim of the chat. We are inspiring each other here. So as your inspiration, I found it very inspirational. So if you want to feel like a victim and you're wondering and it gives you a sense of belonging, then be my guest, love. But this is not how I roll. If that is serious, the question, I am like, wow, where have you been at Fire Nation?
What a blitz. Now, some people like it.
But I don't drip like human blood. But energy, yes. I am a black hole. You're all welcome.
Yeah, I feel like I don't crave them.
All these names you don't know. So, what's the strategy?
My voice.
Yeah, it's interesting, it's different that whether some trolls want you or like bullies to get the idea that they want to share, or they just want the energy of you getting distracted. Also, in my PTR are boots with organic cuts. I don't know if I enjoyed, I was happy when I found them, but it's not like having a building that was gradually destroying, and it the beauty in building can be.
It did cut off the tip of a carrot, so people are concerned. If you put the tip of your...
And it looks greasy, but yeah, there is some kind of memory storage.
Email. Unnecessary. Some of this already.
What I like to say is that you're only a victim when you choose to be. You decide, like, in your head, sometimes our heads can tell us very, negative stuff about ourselves, right? Like, for example, just because of the bad 5 minutes or a bad 1 hour, we think that the rest of our days is bad. But that's not the idea in the first place. Like, and I'm not saying don't feel your emotions. You can feel them, but don't stay there for like 5 minutes. Now, don't stay there for a long time. Like, try to feel what you feel and give yourself, like, this is something that I call the 5 minutes of feeling. If you say I feel sad or I feel like depressed or I feel like I'm a victim to something that happened, all I can do is I sit there for 5 minutes and think about what I felt. I feel it, and as soon as the timer goes on 5 minutes, I stop and I forget about it for the rest of the day because you can't stay in a bubble and make it your comfort zone for the rest of your life. Always remember that if you think you're a victim But remember, the self victim mentality can also get us killed as well, you know? So don't see yourself as a victim, see yourself as a victor, and always know that it takes a lot of pressure for a person to become their best self. You know, I don't want to say that because I don't want to sound selfish, but it takes a lot of pain for us to gain it. You know, we can experience pain in friendship and relationships and so many aspects in our life. And so, in order for us to gain lessons and to gain a beautiful life, we have to go through that pain. And sometimes we also kind of create scenarios that does not necessarily need to be created in our mind because we need something to cope with, you know? And so make sure when you look at yourself in the mirror, you speak kindly to yourself. You speak life into yourself because what's inside of you is a seed that needs to be constantly planted, you know? But always tell yourself, I'm beautiful if you're a woman or if you're a man, I'm handsome, I'm a king, I'm a queen. There's nothing that I cannot do. And the universe will never give me anything that I cannot handle. Whatever I'm going through is not for nothing. It's for me to heal. It's for me to move on. It's for me to experience what it is like to be human. Human, I mean, because one thing people always forget about is that the bodies that we have in this world are avatars, you know, and we are the universe experiencing completely different people. We may experience the same thing, but we have the like different perspectives. That's why we experience pain, you know? And so don't fall victim to other circumstances and don't fall victim to your own circumstances that you create in your head. Sorry if I spoke too long.
Very beautifully said, love, right? Exactly. The circumstances don't matter as much, but the state of being, that's the only power we have. It's how we feel, how we respond, how we react. But the circumstances, they are how they are, and it's up to us to exercise our discipline, our awareness, our consciousness, our perception in order to navigate through it. Beautifully said, Diamond. I'm gonna give you beautiful stars, my love. Here we go. And yeah, so it is, as you said so beautifully and wisely, it's not about denying that we are going through challenges, the pressure, right? It's very valuable. And that's how we learn the best. You said it nice, no pain, no gain. So pain is actually our friend. And some people say even that pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. And I agree, pain is amazing. Physical pain, emotional pain, psychological pain. It shows where we should give attention to so we can address things and we can change things and we can give our energy, our attention to those spaces and to those frequencies so we can become aware what is off and why it wants attention. So you said it very beautifully, Diamond. Anybody else would like to respond to Diamond?
I would love to. You very beautifully said. I don't hear you very often, Diamond, but I'm really glad that I got to hear you. Hear you completely, and I really felt that. And you're right. I do. One of those things that resonated the most was you said that when you look in the mirror, you can do anything. You can achieve anything, and that's something that I say to myself all the time. Like I live remotely, off the grid pretty much, and it's quite strange. A little bit like maybe I can say with circumstances or decisions and things like that. But I'm happy where I'm at with little, and but I know I could have anything. I could be anything. I've been just about any profession. I've been a perfection where I feel like, of course nothing's perfect, but I feel like, okay, I tried. I'm not going to really succeed anymore at this point anymore. I'm going to move on to the next thing. And being neutral, I know I'm throwing a real swing ball real quickly here. Being neutral is in my soul, and it's really, but yet it's hard for me to do. Does that make sense? It's like I know I need to be neutral, and something holds me centered to be neutral for a reason. And sometimes that makes me where I'm on the fence all the time. Not really on the fence from that virtue, but really on the fence of where to act, with other people. Because ultimately I don't need the other person to like me or agree with me or anything. I mean, I've got my own place here. I don't need anybody really. But I think I choose to be in this space because it tickles my brain. It's hard for me to be quiet for a really long time in rooms sometimes, and I'm this jumpy, flighty Gemini and shut up, and so when I
What are you
get
talking about?
speak fast, a lot of times it doesn't come out quite like I wanted it to, but so I am definitely challenged mentally in this room, and I like it. I feel like everybody can be themselves for the most part, and if I can't tell when I'm being trolled, sometimes, most of the time, y'all can't tell when I'm trolling you either. Love you.
I love you too, Mr. Just let me know. It's okay, live a life. Let me know. As long as you have something to wake up every day to and be grateful for, that's a meaningful life, You have to be grateful for you have your life or you conscious of life. So as long as your family are alive, friends are alive, as long as you live every single time you have whatever.
There's probably a 40-60 chance that it wasn't a white person calling a black person a tar baby. It was a black person calling another black person a tar baby.
That's not true at all. Fuck yeah.
It's not even the point. Fuck shit.
It's nothing.
Stop.
My bad. I was trying to get an understanding on the fragility shit. That's all I was trying to do.
Yeah, we can go back to that. But
nah.
the reason why it's a
I
topic
understand now.
morning is because Miss Fee was unhappy yesterday. So I thought to address it in a smaller room so she and I could work things out. And it's been worked out, I think, to the best it's going to be.
Okay.
So I actually changed my...
Her skin flap is just a jiggling. Yeah. She got one of them. What do you call that? What do you call them jiggly skin flaps that old people have under their chin? What's that called?
No, yeah. Double chin. What's that called? What's it?
A fupa, bro.
No, that's.
Yeah, I think it is a fupa. I did do a replay yesterday morning for about 3 minutes talking about Rare Rabbit and the Tar Baby. So I invite people to listen to it.
It's called fucker, fat upper chin area.
Like a gobbler, like a turkey. Yeah.
Like an iguana or something.
Turkey neck, yeah.
Yeah, turkey neck. That's what it's called, a turkey neck.
I think I know why she acting out, man. And disability check ain't come yet. That's what it is. Wait till I'm first. She's gonna be nice if you want.
I talked to her already. She needs to spread her legs over there, one of my African policies.
See, and that's when I untalk. I don't need that shit. That's gross.
That's what I think happened to her in the first place. That's why she became a racist, because a black nigger broke her heart.
All right, but then what white woman would cried over you and made you sad?
I only use white people for I only use white people for my videos. I don't have any. I don't interfere mix up with you guys. It's like bestiality to me.
Wow. Bestiality? You a racist.
Code space.
my job. I want my opportunity. Ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I don't agree with that statement. For his anti-white thing. Because he gets to be a racist if he wants to be.
Hey, all the beautiful snow bunnies, I'm still here for you, baby.
Absolutely.
Imagine weed if some white man said the same thing about your black man. You are a racist.
Are you streaming on Instagram and in this conversation?
Are you gonna say I'm streaming on Instagram every single time I'm alive?
Yes. Because you are stupid, but whatever. Nobody cares.
That's a good question.
Hey, you know what's crazy? I'm attached to
But seriously though, when I was growing up,
Are you
the
gonna
only people I heard use the term tar baby was the black people. We called each other tar baby.
Man, get out of here with that shit, man.
Nah.
I ain't never heard a white person call someone a tar baby. Just saying.
And this is when you was in the Bahamas or this was when you was in the US?
Oh.
Man, yeah, that stuff was
I told you they should have tossed his ass. They should have tossed his ass off the boat.
There's a difference between Baltimore City in the 80s and whatever the hell I'm talking about. We ain't talking about. I mean, y'all know it's blur.
Exactly. Blackface is historical creation.
I guess what I'm saying is it's
Yeah,
Monica.
blackface comes out of the
That's
mix.
who did it. It was Monica.
So Nathan, you ain't never seen the cartoons that came from like the early 1900s and late 1800s, where they was painting the crocodile babies, where they was like they looked just like that with Monica's PTR, and they was feeding
Big old red lips and shit.
Yeah.
Talking about hello my baby, hello my darling and shit. Nobody don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
I don't like.
And my bad because I didn't realize it, like how old that shit was. Bro. I didn't realize. I thought it was just some random ass like a favorite cartoon, but really that's.
Isn't it stereotypical though, racist, bigoted, and xenophobic of you black people to think that those cartoons are actually black people? Aren't you, casting human attributes on a cartoon? Isn't that racist what you're doing?
You're trying to have that reverse psychology over me. Don't do that.
Who you talking about? Hypnosis?
Who never said the one who just said that? Don't you think that
Guy's name is
she is,
Hypnosis or Edmund.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Nah, what I was trying to say before I was interrupted by the devil, I do know the history. I think we all know the history of blackface to an extent. I didn't realize Tar Baby was like a part of that little particular era, so yeah, I was wrong. There's no context.
What about the college students who are suing their college because they put on face cream, acne cream, and they were accused of being racists?
All you gotta do is finish. All you gotta do is wait till I'm finished, then you can talk. If you know, you know. So that's what it really boils down to.
If you know, you don't know. If you don't know, you know.
What the fuck?
Those who know do not say. Those who say do not know.
Observe the superior race in action.
Okay, I believe in encyclopedia.
Oh Lord, human beings, though we all are, right?
Because
yours.
apparently Clubhouse won't let you type tar baby in chat. It's offensive.
Because it's offensive, you dummy.
Do you know that Toni Morrison?
Finally kicked me out of the room.
it's better to have no relationship than a bad relationship, though. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same. If you
Yep. Hey man, look, man.
Come down here and get going.
Orlando, nigga, east side, nigga.
Come to the swamps, nigga.
Come to the swamp.
Yeah, come to the swamps.
What you trying to get? What you trying to get?
Just come to the swamps, nigga.
What you got to offer me out though?
You say you want to come on here, nigga.
I'm saying like, man, you see what I'm saying, man? Us Florida niggas, man, damn, dog. Shit, man, like, we ain't no friendly motherfuckers, dog, for real. I'm just gonna tell you, man, we should be, damn, this thing crazy, man.
Yeah, ho.
Hey, yo, JD, I'm trying to tell you.
yeah, ho.
You do your niggas.
JD's name on your dick suckers, pussy. Shut up.
Hey, you do your
Yeah,
niggas
ho.
sticking together.
Shut up.
I'm trying to tell you how you like.
Wifey, what up? Good morning.
We ain't doing no fucking
My wife. Don't help me about it. You sound like the feds. You're asking me too many questions. Don't start with me, square 50.
Good boy, no, shalom. I got my coffee. I got my blonde. Let's start this party.
I'm about to run this nigga over with his forklift.
Running with this shit now. This shit.
Forklift on dubs.
No. You see pay attention. You keep running with that shit.
That nigga's hungry.
That's what both is. It's that drunk ass Philly you still in love.
Hey, yo, man, come over here on the east side, bro. Come on, man, on me.
This hungry ass nigga need to stop. Somebody throw him a banana or something.
Yeah, it's two different types of fat niggas.
Hey, bro, look, bro, let me tell you, bro, you can't call the nigga that walk around with his wet rag.
They got 3 of them. They got 3 rags on his waist.
Smell like ass.
And I saw like a little green, funny color green, like lime, but not lime. And it went like in like a bubble, I think.
This is called the guidance of Quran with English translation 24/7 with Quran.
This is so that the people of the scripture may know that they are not able to obtain anything from the bounty of Allah, and that all bounty is in the hand of Allah. He gives it to whom He wills, and Allah.
They kicked me real quick.
it that Allah, right, when he called Moses, chapter 20, verse, 13 and 14, right? Allah called Moses and told him, right, when he came to the fire, he was called by name, "Oh Moses, Inni ana rabbuka." I am, like Inni, I am, ana, Inni, I am me, your Lord. Right? Then the next verse, the verse right after, it says, Inni, ana, Allahu, la ilaha illa ana. Verily, I am the only one worthy of worship. There is none worthy of worship except me. So worship me. We believe this is what God told Moses. You guys only have that beginning word. You only have inni. You don't have God saying inni and then saying who he is. You only have that first word. Literally, if you just go by God is I am.
That's not even when you actually say it in Arabic,
I'm just translating for you guys.
I am the Lord your God.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
What does Yahweh mean?
I am.
It means I am what I am, the existent one.
You asked the question. Hold on one second. One second. She asked the question. Classic, one second. She asked the question, she said, what is the equivalent in Arabic? This was the question asked. So he's explaining to you, because there is an Arabic Bible, right? So we have to look at what does the Arabic Bible say in regards to that. So that's what he's saying.
Can we see that verse?
No, because you asked for the Arabic. Because Amiso, I'll tell you now, because we don't have the word Yahweh in the Quran. So he's giving you the closest. So for you, if you consider, listen, hold on. If you consider Yahweh to be the only one God, doesn't have any partners, doesn't have any children or anything like that, to be the only one true God, then people will give it to you and say that's Allah, right? But if you don't consider that and you say he has children and he has all these other things, like he needs help or all of these things, then that's not Allah. Then we don't have the same.
Okay, that's fine. So Allah is not the
Allahu Akbar. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I hope you all know that Muhammad was pedophile. He had sex with Al-Hassan. He sucked the cock of his grandson. A little too dramatic.
Actually, fuck the all, no shade, but when the paperwork was dropped, right?
Yeah.
What makes, I really don't understand what makes people attracted to a sex trafficker. Like,
It's the money and the attraction that is attracting.
he has no money. He's currently on a run in China buses. I don't know. Can you show me the
Yeah,
money?
talking to home.
I need to see the money.
That's true. My stepmom says don't trust him till you count the money yourself.
Alright, y'all let me know when y'all want me to remove him.
I think it's time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what
Later, nigga.
Yeah, exactly. Bye-bye.
Okay, everybody, welcome to Jefferson Park News. This is Clown World. This is Clown Power Magic God. Hope you enjoy. 7:22 a.m. CST, Chicago, Illinois.
Logician is here. Okay, so welcome, Magician. You are in Clown Power Magic God in the clown world as well as hypnosis communication. How are you this morning? It was fun talking with you last night.
That's fine. That's it. That'll work.
So I'm gonna hypnotize you this morning. This is my morning meditation, and I'm gonna hypnotize you with the world famous Persian philosopher Rumi. What time is it there? Did you even go to sleep?
No, I didn't sleep. I had to work.
You didn't sleep?
No,
Oh my God, you're fucked up.
I know. I'll sleep today. I'll sleep back in 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah, right. You're in a high dopamine feedback room. Your ass ain't going to sleep.
No, it was hard. It was really bad.
Don't you have a kid? Why are you doing this to yourself? You're wasting your time on this fucking app.
No, I had to work.
You keep saying that, but do you even know what the word work means?
Yeah,
I don't think you do.
I do.
Okay, what are the first three letters? Okay, we're going to do this Rumi hypnosis meditation. Again, this is Clown Power Magic God. Logician, I don't know how familiar you are with hypnosis, but I utilize Rumi to do hypnosis, so I hope you enjoy. Invite people to the room if you can. Help me grow Hypnosis Communication Incorporated so we can monetize, enslave, and achieve ultimate supreme power.
Yes. Yeah, but people have to join your room so I can ping them in. Like, there's nobody I can ping in. They have to join your room.
It's okay. Okay, this is called Creations of Fantasy. Oh, thou. So this is a meditation. So mute your mic, close your eyes, take the deepest breath of the day. Hold it for 10 seconds. Let go and say, I'm a flower. Take the second deepest breath of the day through your nose, close your eyes. And say, I am fresh. This is called Creations of Fantasy. O thou, by whom the unspoken prayer is answered, who bestowest at every moment 100 bounties in the heart. Thou hast limned some letters of writing, rocks here become soft as wax for love of them. Thou hast scribed the nun of the eyebrow, the sad of the eye, and the gem of the ear as a distraction to our minds and understandings. By those letters of thine the intellect is made to weave subtle coils of perplexity. Write on, O accomplished fair writer. Incessantly thou shapest beauteous forms of fantasy upon the page of non-existence. On the tablet of fantasy thou inscribest wondrous letters, eye and profile and cheek and mole. I am drunken with desire for non-existence. Not for the existent, because the beloved of the world of non-existence is more faithful. Behold how the madmen dote on the blackness of those lines traced without fingers. Everyone is infatuated with a fantasy and digs in corners for the buried treasure. One goes into church to perform religious exercises. Another in his greed for gain betakes himself to sowing. One loses his soul in the invocation of demons. Another sets his foot upon the stars. To the seeing eye, it is manifest that all variety of action in the external world arises from fantasies within. Since the object of the soul's quest is hidden, everyone looks for it in a different quarter, like travelers seeking the Qibla in the dark. At dawn, when the Kaaba becomes visible, they find out who has lost his way. Okay, these are the subnotes. The Platonist William Drummond uses the same analogy, those golden letters which so brightly shine in heaven's great volume, gorgeously divine. The wonders all in sea and earth and air be but dark pictures of that sovereign fair. The Arabic letters Sa'ad, Nun, Jim resemble in shape the eye, the eyebrow, and the ear, respectively. Viewed in its proper light, everything in the world is good. But where mystics, contemplating these fair copies, whether sensible or ideal, perceive only the revelation of eternal beauty in ever-changing forms of new creation, other men see and pursue mere shadows of their selfish selves. Non-existence, reality as opposed to phenomenality. As a rule, the ritual prayer salat is invalidated by facing in the wrong direction, but should the worshipper, owing to darkness or any other sufficient cause, fail to turn towards the Kaaba, he does not lose the merit of his prayers, provided that he has endeavored to the best of his judgment and ability to ascertain the direction as exactly as possible. Similarly, all seek the one true light. Doubt, perplexity, and error arise from ignorance. Okay, this is called the magic of love. Love and fancy create 1,000 forms, beautiful as Joseph. In sooth, they are greater sorcerers than Harut and Marut. Before your eyes, they raise up the phantom of the beloved. You are enraptured with it and tell it all your secrets. 'Tis as when a mother at the grave of her child newly dead speaks to him earnestly and intensely, crazed with grief. She imagines his dust to be living, and in her heart believes he is listening to her. Lo, the magic wrought by love. Fondly and with tears she lays her lips time after time on the fresh earth of the grave in such wise as during his life she never laid them on the face of the son who was so dear to her. But love for the dead does not last. When some days have passed in mourning, the flame of her grief sinks to rest. Love is carried off, his enchantments, and gone away. The fire is out, only ashes remain. This is called Phenomena, the bridge to reality. The Christian confesses to his priest a year's sins, fornication and malice, hypocrisy, in order that the priest may pardon him, for he deems the priest's absolution to be forgiveness from God. The priest has no real knowledge of sin and pardon, but love and faith are mighty spells. In the hour of absence, love fashions many a form of fantasy. In the hour of presence, the formless one reveals himself, saying, I am the ultimate origin of sobriety and intoxication. The beauty in all forms is reflected from me. Now, because thou hast often gazed on my reflection, thou art able to contemplate my pure essence. As soon as the Christian feels the pull from yonder, he becomes unconscious of the priest. At that moment he craves forgiveness for his trespasses from the grace of God behind the veil. When a fountain gushes from a rock, the rock disappears in the fountain. Okay, this is called the pear tree of illusion. This pear tree is the primal egoism and self-existence that makes the eye distorted in squinting. When thou comest down, O climber, thy thoughts and words and eyes will be more awry. Because of the humility shown by thee in coming down, God will endow thee with true vision. Thou wilt see that this pear tree has become a tree of fortune, its boughs reaching to the seventh heaven. Afterwards, climb up again into the tree, transformed by divine mercy. Now it is luminous like the burning bush. It cries, Lo, I am God. Beneath its shade all thy wants are satisfied. Such is the divine alchemy. Thy personality and existence are now lawful to thee, since thou beholdest therein the attributes of the Almighty. The crooked tree has become straight, God revealing its roots in the earth, its branches in the sky. Subnote: Boccaccio, Decameron, Novel 9, and Chaucer in The Merchant's Tale relate how a gallant, by climbing a pear tree and pretending that it caused hallucinations, persuaded the foolish husband to believe in his wife's innocence, though he had witnessed her misbehavior with his own eyes. Rumi's version of the story is given in the preceding couplets. Here he draws out of it a mystical application. The souls climb down from self-consciousness and descend to God consciousness, which goes far to justify his sometimes very broad interpretation of the maxim that every jest has a moral. That's interesting. I've never heard that maxim. It's very smart. Okay. I'm going to take a reading break here. I hope you enjoyed. Did you enjoy that? Logician, I bet you went to sleep. Rumi would put me to sleep. Okay. I'll be back in just a second. Hope you enjoyed that mystical reading. It was very good. Every time I read Rumi, I'm blown away. It makes me kind of sad because I've been away from Rumi for so long. And when you listen to Clown House, you're like, ugh, this place is. I'll be back. I'm gonna play Clown House. I'll be back in 3 minutes.
It's all good, Tony. I think people heard what I said. It's all good. I appreciate it. I already said, but here's the thing, though. And here's the thing. Everybody want to know. I do want to know, but I actually do want to know. I'm being serious. I say that. I'm going to read it. But here's the thing that people don't want to acknowledge, and this is the thing that I noticed, during my lobbying years that was absolutely bonkers. It was an inefficiency at that time. Is that the loudest idiots in the room, the other side thinks that the loudest idiots in the room represents the entire group. To be clear, I don't think that most people on the right represent those on the far right. Inversely, the same with the far left. Most people on the left do not endorse this idea of to open up your tubes for sex change and stuff like that. They don't agree with that. But those idiots get to suck up all the oxygen in the room
Okay, that was real fun. That was a fun reading. I'm gonna call a friend of mine to see if he can join us. I know he's not going to want to, but at least we'll say hello.
Reach Marston, please.
He's sleeping like a logician. Probably on the app all night talking to each other.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic. Damn, you're up early. Hi.
Hello. I wanted to wish you Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, a day early?
I wanted to get it in. I wanted to get it in so I didn't forget.
Yeah, that's cute. Thank you, Dad. What a nice surprise.
Your Mother's Day gift is I'm going to read you a poem.
Oh, good. I'm here with my coffee.
Okay,
How about
great.
you read it to me now?
Okay, great. This is called The Magic of Love.
Okay.
So this is a Mother's Day meditational hypnosis. Take the deepest breath. Close your eyes. Take the deepest breath of the day. Hold it for 10 seconds. Close your eyes. Now say, I am a flower.
I'm a flower.
Take the second deepest breath of the day through your nose. Hold it for 10 seconds. Let it go and say, I am fresh.
I'm fresh.
Okay, this is called The Magic of Love. Love and fancy create 1,000 forms beautiful as Joseph. In sooth, they are greater sorcerers than Harut and Marut. Before your eyes they raise up the phantom of the beloved. You are enraptured with it and tell it all your secrets. 'Tis as when a mother, at the grave of her child newly dead, speaks to him earnestly and intensely. Crazed with grief, she imagines his dust to be living, and in her heart believes he is listening to her. Lo, the magic wrought by love. Fondly and with tears she lays her lips time after time on the fresh earth of the grave in such wise as during his life she never laid them on the face of the son who was so dear to her. But love for the dead does not last. When some days have passed in the morning, the flame of her grief sinks to rest. Love has carried off his enchantments and gone away. The fire is out, only ashes remain. And then it gives you a subnote on the poem. It says, 2 fallen angels who taught mankind the arts of magic. Presuming themselves to be immaculate, they had refused to do homage to Adam. So God sent them down to earth, where they fell in love with a beautiful woman and tried to seduce her. She would not yield until they taught her the word of power that enabled them to ascend to heaven. Having learned it, she ascended, and God transformed her into Zura, the planet Venus. Harut and Marut were imprisoned in a pit at Babylon, choosing to expiate their sin in this world rather than suffer everlasting torment hereafter. The legend may be regarded as an allegory of the human spirit and reason, which descend from the world of light to the world of nature, fall a prey to the defilements of the flesh, nafs, and finally, having been purged by suffering, return to where they belong.
Back to her. Black.
So that's called The Magic of Love.
Steve, being the devoted, loving mother she's supposed to be.
It's about magic. It's about how love creates magic. That's the title of the poem, Magic of Love.
Mm-hmm. I love that you like that. That you can deeply take yourself into that poem,
It's
into anything that's deep. You're good at that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been practicing this.
When I was a student and we had to read poetry, I just couldn't connect. I was not able to do that. I guess we all connect to different things, right?
It's practice. You know, practice, practice, practice. I've been reading poetry now for years.
Uh-huh. How did you start liking it?
Just books that I've been buying on eBay. It says that poetry is a great secret in connecting with the divine.
Well, you are the divine, so that's why you're connecting.
Well, what I'm saying is it's the words which is the magic. It's the logos. The words can put you into a better state of mind, a better attitude, a better mood. You educate yourself. You increase your vocabulary. You increase your wisdom. So you increase your power, or you increase your consciousness.
Good point. Great point. So why are you up so early? Isn't it only 5:30 there?
I'm an hour ahead of you.
You're an hour ahead of me. I can't remember what you are and what Samantha is.
Samantha's an hour behind you.
Yeah, she's an hour behind me. I'm going to go see her the 23rd. I finally will have 2 doggies of my own.
You're buying a dog?
She said
buying 2 dogs?
She said I'm in charge of one of the dogs.
Oh.
And she'll be in charge of the other 2. So I'm going to get my first taste of dog ownership. So you know what I did? I took one of those head wrap things I always wear, and I cut it in half, and I'm going to put one on each one of my dogs so that I know which ones are mine. Isn't that funny? What else is new? Okay, is everything shaken out? And you're on safe grounds now?
No, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm still on sick leave.
Really?
Yeah.
And what's that buying you?
Just time.
Some kind of time?
Yep, time.
For what?
Just to make more. Just to make more money because I earned all these sick days, so I'm just cashing them all in, and then eventually I'm gonna file a complaint, and then I think they may try to offer me a different position, or they may just terminate me. But if they terminate me, I'll get unemployment, and then 6 months after the termination, I can file the bankruptcy. And then I can discharge this fucking $300,000 bullshit debt, and then I can start fresh again. So I think that's the only way forward. It's either I live with the garnishment because I still have a job, which I could do, or they terminate me. I get the unemployment insurance. I filed the bankruptcy, and then I start applying for new jobs. Because to work for the next 20 years and have this garnishment will cost me a lot of fucking money. Because if you think about all the money they're taking plus all the lost investment, and if I were to put that money in the stock market, like this house is going to cost me $700,000, and I won't even own the fucking thing. So clearing this debt is very important for my long-term financial health. it's more important to deal with it now than it is to allow it to persist like a malignant cancer. So, you know.
Did you get advice on that, or are you doing your own analogy of how you see it?
I've gotten some advice, but because it's specific, most people can't really give me their best advice because every situation is a little different. But having thoroughly researched this is my opinion on my best strategy, and I've been consulting and talking with people, so it's not like you're the first person I'm running this across. And I'll tell you the truth, I don't want to hear your opinion about it. I'm just merely informing you about what I'm doing.
That's all right. So, what makes you think they're gonna? Oh, we don't want to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just let the cards. Right. Let's just let the cards fall as they will because I'm in a good position. You know, I'm sitting in my condo. Everything is good here. You know, people are paying their rent. Everything is fixed and working. Like my stress levels are low. I don't want to spike my stress levels.
Right. Hey, did you ever think about this? Remember when Bart and Earl owned their condo, their building?
Yeah.
They turned them into condos and sold them.
Yeah, I could try to sell. I was thinking I could try to sell the coach house and like, you know, get that off, but
that'd be a subdivision of the land. I don't think you can do that.
Well, based on the real estate course that I took, you can do that, but you have to get it through the court.
Yeah, I think it has to be platted or something like that. It'd almost be like right now.
All right, Clown House, I'll be back in just a minute. I'm gonna go take the Cosby kids to the beach. I'll be right back.
Offered, you can get it online. 400, 500, 600 square foot drawing free for sharing an additional dwelling unit on your property. Free on that.
But I mean, the level of shock, you know, when some migrant murders a retired couple and, you know, desecrates them and takes their house and takes their boat and destroys everything they have, you're like, the worst things can happen to you in a split second of the eye. So, you know, just that's the thing. You never know when some random violence could happen to you. My friend got robbed. My friend got maced last night and beat up here in Chicago. He's walking home from synagogue and three Mexicans robbed him and beat him up.
Wow. One thing you really need to do is if somebody asks you, this is a real common one they use here, do you have the time? So that allows them to walk close to your space, right? this because this happened to me. And so I used my loud man voice, and I said, do not walk up to me. And that gave them notification that I'm on alert and I am ready. So the policeman said that's perfect.
Yep, that's good.
So you don't let them get close to you, because once they're within reach of you, bam, that's the whole plan, and you don't know what they're on. And they're strong too.
Just remember, all communication is hypnosis. So if somebody's talking to you, they're trying to hypnotize you, and you have to reverse hypnotize and say, stop talking to me, step back, get the fuck away. You know, like, you gotta reverse the situation. But you also maybe you don't want to use profanity because that will agitate them, but you do want to communicate with someone when they're looking at you, you know, because if you've made eye contact with somebody, they've already communicated with you. You've already communicated with them. So that big thing is having that strong presence and politely saying, I like to say, God bless, take care, I can't help you today, but you know, or I will soon, and then I quickly walk away. This one homeless guy in the streets, he was like really strong and all bloody and walking down Michigan Avenue, and I had a cup of coffee in my hand, and he said, hey man, give me that coffee. I said, I can't help you today, God bless you. And man, did he go crazy. He started screaming, there ain't no God in these streets. There ain't no fucking God in these streets. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, see? All you gotta use is the wrong word so that they can attach to it, and that'll bring them out.
Yeah, maybe saying nothing and just quickly walking away, but like, you know, being strong about it and walking away. I don't know the best way, but I think the best way is probably say nothing. Think a lot, do little, say nothing.
You know what I do? I power up. I start walking militant-like. You know how you guys walked with your hands straight down, your back up straight, your head up, and I just power through to show that I wouldn't do that if I were you. I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm ready anyway.
Yeah, but you're aging.
I am ready.
Only thing is you're aging though, so your wits are not as sharp as you think they are, because I mean, maybe they are. Maybe your brain is as sharp as it ever was. I don't know.
No, I'm ready. I'm ready physically. And I think because of I'm doing that core class 3 days a week. I am freaking strong right now. Probably the best student in that class. Yeah, I look like I'm prepared. That's the best point, is I look prepared.
You know what they say, people who get robbed, there's something called like, basically it's your physical appearance, or they call it your put-togetherness. If you present yourself as being put together or having a good personal appearance, you are actually considered a lower value target, because basically you would appear to be more resistant or strong. So they target the weak, which they know they can overcome.
The older people. People always, when I tell people I'm 70, because I guess I'm doing it because I like to see the reaction, people say, wow, you look great. I thought you were in your 50s. Isn't that amazing? With this class and a weight loss, I'm down to 119 pounds, and it makes you look a lot more youthful. I'm not even getting Botox anymore. With comments like that, I thought you were in your 50s. I'm not paying for that Botox anymore.
Yeah, well, some girls who hit 40, they look 20 because they really stayed in shape, or they look 30. I mean, yeah, Botox is a fucking scam and a half. I wouldn't waste your time or your money. Ugh, what a horrible cyclical, process that is. It's just, don't waste your money or your time.
I went back to my guy because he had done over a year ago. He had done an injection in my forehead, and but the left side was not taking it, so it was slagging, whereas the right side was not. So anyway, he injects some more. Didn't do shit. So I go back to him a third time. He injects some more. It's very possible he was using, for the catch-up injections. It's possible he wasn't going to be using any more Botox on me. He was just putting some kind of saline in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's possible. As a matter of fact, he had to emergency close his office. I don't know what happened, but he sent an email out to all customers saying they had to cease operations. I don't know if he got caught up in purchasing all that equipment or leasing it, and he wasn't getting clients to buy in and getting treatments. So he lost his shirt, opening that place and not doing easing into it, should we say. I'm sure he went back to being an emergency nurse at the hospital. He told me that the money's just pouring in, and he's going to keep doing that. But he overstepped his power, his purchasing power.
Yeah. He put the carrot in front of the cart, and he found out the carrot tipped the cart.
Yeah. Today my wood floors get laid in the kitchen, 8 o'clock. And then Wednesday, the kitchen cabinets arrive, and they'll be installed. Big deal this week. Big deal. And I should be able to... I'm not getting any more bites on this house.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, you should do you have a walkthrough video on YouTube?
No, I don't have that.
Oh, you should do that for
I'm
sure.
behind times. I'm really behind times. Things are going wrong. Like the cell phone Samantha gave me. Let me ask you this. It's a flip phone. So anyway, the carpenter guy was sitting out in front of the house yesterday, and he said he called twice to the cell phone. I said, I'm sitting right here. It's not ringing. So he called my landline, and he says, I'm sitting over here at the house. I said, oh, well, by the time I got over to that house about 6 minutes later, then his cell phone rings were on the phone. It just did not pick it up. There was a relay transmission failure. Isn't that odd?
I don't know what to tell you.
You think something's wrong with the cell phone?
No, sometimes just the cellular network goes down,
Mm-hmm.
It's not the cell phone, it's just the network.
Uh-huh. Huh. I was wondering. And then these people call the cell phone, and of course it doesn't register who it's coming from. So you got to call those numbers back. Is that normal?
Listen, you're really wasting your time. I gotta tell you, I don't want to get into your specifics, but you'll have to deal with your communication issues because I'm not there. So I wish you well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Listen, like you said, you're behind the times, and that's the truth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I sort of need time to get in place to go over there. I'm thinking once everything is shaken out over there, I'm just going to move all this furniture over there and leave this house empty. What do you think of that?
Do what you got to do, but you're going to do everything a day at a time. The big thing is you how do you know which house you're going to sell or which one will sell first? I think the one with a good view is the one that's always going to get the offers.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But I try to live in it no matter
Well, anyways, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but you got to work with a good realtor who really knows how to market your property. If they're not really marketing it, and first of all, why you're even taking calls, I don't even want to get into it with you because it's your thing, and I know you're going to do well, and you got hopefully no stress, but I don't understand it. But you have to work with a marketing and advertising professional who has done this time and time again, and like they can help you move that place at a good price because it's a solid
I sold my
site.
houses through this guy before. It's not him. It's the buyer who's looking for the specific size. This house size is the smallest I've ever tried to sell.
Oh.
So they're not, it's not that desirable at this square footage.
Yeah, but the thing is, you got the out of state buyers coming in, and you have that perfect property where they're like, oh, this is perfect. Let's just move on this one real quick. So you gotta connect. It's a communication network. You have to continue that marketing and connect. And you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off with this telephone number and the forwarding number and the calling people back. It's fakakta. It's not the way you do things. You're making it way more difficult for people, and you're causing all kinds of stress for yourself. You have to de-stress. This is my gift to you on Mother's Day. De-stress. You're causing yourself a lot of unnecessary communication, which is raising your stress levels. Stop communicating in the way you're communicating completely. Drop it and let it go. You're not communicating in the way that people in 2024 are communicating.
The other realtor that's bringing the buyers, they're the ones that they're looking at how the communication is supposed to take place. And one of them is email for an appointment. That's been successful.
Well, all right. Okay, well, happy Mother's Day. Keep working on your communication, but don't do unnecessary communication. That's all I could give you in terms of someone who has at least studied communication a little bit.
I'm sure you have. Okay, thank you for the Mother's Day wish. That's meaningful, John.
Okay, just remember, you're a flower.
I am a flower. I'm always evolving. Every season.
Okay, well then have a blessed weekend, and I love you. Talk to you soon. Happy Mother's Day.
Love you too. I love you, Jeff.
Okay, love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Aww. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, I'm gonna call my mom right there.
Mommy!
I love her WhatsApp. She's annoying me.
Who?
My mom.
Does your mom sound as annoying as my mom?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, that's probably true. Actually, all moms sound annoying. So just remember, Logician, that you yourself will become your mom and ultimately become the annoying person that you have to talk to. You're already an annoying, you already are that annoying person.
She's rolling her eyes on me. A little bratty.
Please leave your message for 7.
Who are you calling? Who's calling you?
My bad.
It's okay. I want you to meet my friend Pearl.
Oh, I know Pearl. She knows who runs the world.
Yeah. John, my friend. Hey, Johnny. How are you?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
I was doing a Rumi hypnosis. Do you know who Rumi is?
Yeah, I know Rumi.
Yeah, so I was doing a Rumi hypnosis before I called my mom.
Oh, okay.
And it was interesting because I read her The Magic of Love, and it's about a mother crying over her dead son's ashes.
Yes, I heard that.
Yeah, and I was kind of like, oh my God, I'm like, I can't believe I'm reading this to my mom. This is like freaking me out. I'm like, I don't want to die.
She was listening to, on Mother's Day, you read her a poem about your dead ashes.
Yeah, that kind of tripped me out. I was
While
like,
she sat on your grave. Like, of all the Rumi poems, John.
yeah, it's a trip, huh? This is communication hypnosis. But I pulled that one because I had read I've read it before, and but I didn't really realize.
You also read it to me, by the way.
Huh?
You also read it to me while hypnotizing me.
Yeah, I read it to you. My point is that there's no coincidences, but you know, that one was really kind of weird because I didn't.
It was so dark.
It's dark, and the thing is, it's like you can read something 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and when you read it each time, it's like something different, and it jumps out, and you're like, God, I. But again, it's kind of like your memory's not perfect, so. Anyways,
When you read it in a British accent, I was sleeping throughout, and I thought like an Englishman is reading a poem to me.
Well, I actually am English. My mother's maiden name is Farley, so they're like from somewhere in England. Yeah. I got the genealogy report in my on my bookshelf. Yeah, it talks about the descendancy to all the way up to me.
And what's your descendant?
It's Farley. That's the family name, and it's Farley. Farley, like Chris Farley, the comedian. Yeah.
Are you smoking?
Yeah, you're smoking.
That's cool.
It's so tall.
What are you smoking?
It's called Find Everyday Cannabis Flower. I think it's a hybrid indica. It's called Bubba Diagonal. Yeah. Made by Compass Manufacturers, Litchfield, Illinois.
Or just straight out?
No, it's just straight up cannabis. The potency analysis, 20% THC. Curaleaf. That's the name of the corporation. It's called Curaleaf. You can buy stock in the corp. Huh?
I tried them like maybe 4 times, and then what happened was.
What happened?
Just waiting around, it's fucking crashing.
No, I'm not talking about Bitcoin. Pro was saying she smoked some weed and she had an adverse effect.
Yeah, I tried like I was going through a stage, and at the same time I was going through family court, you know. So during family court they pull up all your records, and 2 weeks before it I had family court, and I got pulled over.
You've reached Brian Sellers. I'm not able to get the phone right now. Leave me a message and I'll call you back as soon as possible.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey Brian, it's John calling to wish you and your mother a happy Mother's Day. I know you're very fond of your mom, so in memoriam of her yard site, just wishing you a Raboyne Shalom and a good Shabbos. Call me back when you're free. I'll talk to you soon. I'm talking to 2 hot Persian chicks with hypnosis on Clown House, and I'm in Jefferson Park Muse in the Clown World. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Like lectures. I was like, be good people, you know, do your best. Let's try to make this country a better country, you know. Yeah. And then I tried it with another friend of mine, and she was like being sook the whole time crying. I was like, fucking bitch, stop crying. She just keep crying. I'll do it again for fun, maybe. You wanna come, Logan, so we'll do it together? Yeah. I love drugs.
Where do you live, bro?
Right. It's true. Right.
including Dan, you must try some magic mushrooms. What is that? What is that, Sister Novel? Just what? What?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey. Apparently the guy's only been religious for like 2 years or something.
Oh my god, you're kidding. How do you know?
Yeah. Because I was in a room and he's like, oh, he started practicing 2 years ago. And you know, Big Al and his friend, what's his name? Loco. And then Loco started swearing, hey, what the fuck you on about always lecturing on your fucking shit?
That's just such fat trolls, wow.
Loco's like, you don't fucking know shit, like what the fuck? If you're lecturing
And then long lectures. They're like footballs on Friday.
Yeah, and it's like, well, I've changed, this and that. And it's like, well, I don't give a fuck, stop lecturing us. Oh, sorry.
I wish I was
What's up?
Facebook. What's up, Facebook? I'm good.
You're
I'm good. Hey, what are you doing?
just getting hypnotized.
Yeah, Kitty, what was it? What were you doing?
I'm sitting on the chair
Are you from
and
Kerala?
talking to you.
Are you from Kerala?
Yes. How do you know? Are you Malayali? No?
Are you
Do
Indian?
you? No, Malayalam.
I have traveled to Kochi, to Munnar, Tekadi, Cornwall, Pondicherry, Chennai.
Oh, Chennai, not Kerala. It's a Tamil Nadu.
I know.
Pondicherry. Where are you from? Where are you from?
I don't know.
Why don't you tell me?
I don't know where I'm from. You? Thank you.
Okay. I kicked him out because he's been in a room of mine prior and he didn't really contribute anything. And just based off of
I
that,
hate
60 seconds, that was enough for me because, we know what he's all about. He's about nothing. He a clown. So, welcome. Huh?
He be a dumb fuck.
Yeah, but I mean, and I could have left him in the audience, but anyways, who cares? Okay, this is Hypnosis Communication, Pearl, Logician, Chris, thank you for being here. This is also Clown World, Clown Power, Magic God. It's 8:17 a.m. CST, Chicago, Illinois. So we can continue doing a roomie hypnosis, or I can transition you into Kabbalah. Which one do you prefer?
Roomie hypnosis.
You want roomie again?
It worked well for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you do that, Pearl, if you don't mind? Whilst I go and just wash my face and come back whilst.
What was that?
Whilst I go wash my face and brush my teeth and come back, can you do the hypnosis, please, on Pearl? She's never been hypnotized in her life.
Yeah, go ahead, brush your teeth.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Where do you live, Pearl?
I'm in Australia.
Oh wow, cool. I went to school there at a place called Bond University in Gold Coast.
Right.
That's very nice.
Right. So go ahead. What do I have to do?
Okay, so just close your eyes. Take a very, very deep breath.
I'm lying down. Should I be sitting or should I be standing?
No, you can lay down. That's fine, as long as you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear. Go on.
So just take a deep breath, deep as you can, and hold.
Okay, wait. I have to do ready. I'll count to 3 and then you can talk. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so just take a deep breath, deepest breath of the day. Hold it for 10 seconds. Let it go and say, I am a flower. Okay, so take this.
I am a flower.
Take the second deepest breath of the day, through your nose. Hold it for 10 seconds. Let it go. Say, I am fresh. Ooh. Okay, so now you're in a deep state of trance or delta brainwave state because you've induced yourself through breathing and by doing positive affirmations like, I am a flower and I am fresh. Do you feel like a fresh flower?
Yeah.
Okay, then you are basically in the hypnotic state. And again, this is all conceptual. It's just information exchange, but it should leave you feeling much better than the way you started the meditation hypnosis. I'll just go to something. This is called The Spirit Helpeth Our Infirmity. Again, this is a hypnosis. This is a meditation. After that, I'll read Unseen Miracles and then The Reward of the Righteous. Again, this is Rumi. Okay, this is called The Spirit Helpeth Our Infirmity. The good thou art set upon, whatever it be, its imperfection hath been hid from thee. For were the vice laid bare, thy loathing soul would turn and fly from pole to farthest pole. So when an act of sin thou leav'st undone, 'tis because God hath shown thee what to shun. O gracious Lord, with whom disguise is vain, mask not our evil, let us see it plain, but veil the weakness of our good sire, lest we lose heart and falter and expire. Subnote. It says, our evil thoughts and actions are the result of ignorance. They would never come into being unless they were presented to us in the form of good. God in his wisdom lets appearances deceive us, so that we sin blindly and remain in darkness till he opens our eyes. Okay, unseen miracles. Secret miracles and graces emanating from the peer transform the heart of the disciple. For within the saints there are spiritual resurrections innumerable, of which the least is this, that all nigh unto them become intoxicated with God. If evidentiary miracles like the prophets, splitting of the moon, produce an immediate effect upon the soul, 'tis because the soul is brought into touch with the producer of the effect by means of a hidden link. The effects which these miracles produce upon inanimate things are only accessory. The real object is invisible. How superior is the bread made without dough, the Messiah's table of food from heaven, Mary's fruit that never knew the orchard. Subnote. In the year 1300, although it is the essential nature of all miracles to bestow life, knowledge and power on those who are capable of being converted, Rumi makes a distinction in that respect between the evidentiary miracle mujiza of the prophet and the secret miracle karama of the saint, while the psychological effects of the mujiza are associated with a manifest breach in the world order. The miraculous influence of the murshid on the murid is a gift of divine grace working invisibly and directly in the heart. Analogies for faith that is the substance of things unseen. Quran 3:32, chapter 5, verse 114. Again, it says the substance of things unseen. Faith. Emunah, Rabbeinu Shalom. Okay, so that's an example of a Rumi hypnosis meditation. Again, this is to try to activate your kundalini, or the hidden aspect of your secret self, if that makes any sense. It's the kundalini, the chakras, the Holy Spirit, the power of Allah, whatever you want to call the tingling feeling, that gives rise to your power. So it is like grand rising. Other ways to say it would be Yad He Vav He. Hi, Coach Hotep.
How should I be feeling right now?
Huh?
How should I be feeling right now?
Very relaxed, stress-free. You should feel weightless. You should feel like you're flying. You should feel fearless. You should feel full of courage and strength. And there should be a man in your life who's very annoying, but you are technically grabbing the lion by its mouth and holding its mouth open, which is basically silence. So if you ever find yourself stressed out, just focus on the image of a woman holding the mouth of the lion and being silent. Do not emotionally respond, meaning that you're going to get gaslit. So, that's all future events. But right now, you should just feel like you're in ecstasy. You should feel that you're in bliss, that you are living in a state of absolute perfection, that there's not a speck of dust out of place in the whole universe. That everything is the way it is, and it is perfect. That all things are actually good. The Yetzer Hara is imprisoned in Babylon, and the Yetzer Tov is ruling the surface of the earth. That kind of a reset. So it's a positive affirmation that whatever difficulties you have, whatever concerns you have, are completely natural and part of the process. So that's how I would view your sentiment.
What is going on? What's going on?
Oh, hey, Moishe, welcome to Clown World. We're doing clown powered magic. God, what are you doing?
I'm just sitting on chair.
Dari mani boss panchot? Soltinas ho gaya kutte.
What?
Dari mani boss panchot. Soltinas ho gaya kutte.
I don't speak Hindi.
Gam ganapataya. Bubu vasvaha. Tatsavi turvanen embargo de vasabdi mahi niyona prachodaya.
Hindi is not my official language. Malayalam is my official language.
Malaria?
Malayalam.
Okay, he was removed for the room for spreading malaria. Okay, Logician Pearl, welcome back to Hypnosis Communication. So Pearl, if you want me to take you out of this hypnotic, powerful trance state, just count back from 3 to 1 for me, and then snap your fingers and say, "I'm fresh."
3, 2, 1. I am free.
All communication is hypnosis. Congratulations, you did it. How do you feel?
I don't know, I feel a bit dizzy, but I'm feeling good. I feel like I've gained this power, and I'm walking on air. Yeah, feels good. So I'm gonna do it again. 3, 2, 1. I feel good. Yeah.
Allahu Akbar.
Give me a minute. I need to comprehend what this happens to me.
Amazing. Allahu Akbar. Alamak Habibdi. Alamak Habibi. Afwan and Barashwe Arabi. Welcome back to the Hypnosis Communication Room. Chris, Daryl. Daryl is essentially a chat warrior. He's got great things to say. I was laughing because in the chats you were like smarter than me, and then you said you're a woman. So I guess it makes sense that you're like inverting yourself. I hope you're like some hot white chick and you're using like a black man as your PTR. That's my see. If you do that, you're a true Taoist. Then maybe you are, but I don't think you are. Nobody's that smart. Tell me, Daryl, are you a hot white woman, or are you a black man, sea creature, pirate, merman? What are you, Daryl? Be honest now. Let's see. I didn't say I was a woman. Oh, okay. Well then, I guess my dreams aren't coming true. Anyways, Logician Pearl. Daryl, you are in the Hypnosis Communication House.
What is that?
Excuse me?
What is it?
What do you mean, what is it?
Like, what you say? Sorry, I was still in the toilet.
Oh, what did I read to Pearl?
Yeah, was that the Rumi one?
I read Rumi.
Why did things suddenly become so Indian? I heard some Indian noises.
Oh, because that Indian guy jumped into my other clown house room and I was making fun of him.
Yeah.
I was agitating. I'm mad?
So Daryl, are you man or woman? Is Daryl man or woman, John?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I have my doubts.
I don't really care. I like the fact that Daryl says nothing. I mean, that's like the perfect guest.
It's also like the loud sound of silence. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah, somebody was making fun of your singing. I think it was Daryl yesterday who was making fun of the way you sang.
Daryl, that is rude. But I don't care. I like it. I like it.
Will you sing us another song, Logician?
Which one? Which one do you want me to sing?
I don't know. Just sing one of your favorite songs. Go for it.
I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. The only thing that's I'm a creep. Oh, I don't belong here. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Thanks.
Amazing. Amazing. Don't quit your day job. And you're still single? Can't believe that. Why are you single, Logician?
This is the first time in my life I've been single and celibate for so long. Very deep spiritual experience.
What do you think about the concept of the re-virginization of the celibate?
Yeah, it's happening, obviously. Freaking cobwebs and everything.
I mean, if there's cobwebs, that implies you're the spider mother. Are you a spider?
I am indeed a spider.
What makes you this sexual spider?
It's just how I like to lure men into my web. Lest they know that this web, the minute you hang on to it, you fall. Do not fall in love with people like me. I will take you to parks, to museums. I will kiss you in every beautiful place, so that when you come back to them, you will feel me like blood in your mouth. And this is why people are named after hurricanes.
Interesting how her and a cane it's such a powerful combination of two powerful words. A cane is a pole and a her is a goddess. So a hurricane is the perfect embodiment of a woman's wrath, can know no limits, or a man can start a fight, or men can fight and murder. I mean, this is what happens when you have the power of the vortex, the suction of the natural environment. I suck you all up. Drink your milkshake.
Or should it just be a pole dancer?
Yeah, you could be a pole dancer. I mean, I go to a strip club near me every once in a while, and it's a legit incredible thing. Like, to watch these women dance the dance. Like, it's the greatest show in Chicago, and it's only $30. You don't have to get a private dance. You can just sit there and watch 20 different girls dance for 10 minutes each, and it's like, wow, this is the greatest show in fucking town. It's amazing. I think it raises your kundalini, and over the stage there's the winged orb disc, or the Ahura Mazda, or essentially the spirit of God, or the shadow of God, or the wings of God, or whatever you want to describe it as. But it's just incredible how these women dance before God on this stage, or the symbol of God. It's incredible. It's just like a trip, you know. I might go there tonight.
Where's the symbol of God? Like, where do you see God on the?
It's over the stage. It's a red orb, or yeah, it's a red disc with
like physically it's present.
Yeah, it's part of it's the woodwork. They built it.
I love that.
Yeah, it's basically the symbol of Babylon.
Can I tell you, dance form? I'm sure you know this. Dance is prayer, meditation, and complete submission. So Bharatanatyam and such dances are done for the gods. And it's like the bride, she's marrying God. And just like that disc, there's usually a daily put, on stage, and then she's completely engrossed in that. It's gobsmacking.
This stripper was dancing over me one night, and I said, "Do you have a boy?"
Yeah.
I said, "Do you have a boyfriend?" She says, "I have a man." And I said, "Oh, tell me about your man." And she says, "I make him every night. He's made of money." And I was like, I was fucking like dying. I was like, this is so funny. I was like, this is the funniest shit I've ever heard. Because it was like raw. She really meant it. And like, this is a badass like Latina girl who, she's got her customers and her sugar daddies, and she's fucking probably worth like a couple $100,000 or 100. She's got money. A lot of these strippers drive Teslas.
Every night because he's made of money.
Yeah, I said,
I make him every night. He's made of money.
She said, I make him. I have a man. I make him every night. He's made of money.
It's so good. So witty.
It's like making a golem out of the money, and it's just the strip club is such an interesting environment because they are dancing to God, and as the observer, or the John, or the man with the money, you can now take that woman and bring her to a private room and dance for you versus dancing for God. It's just like that. It's basically a temple. Anyways, it's called Admiral. That's the name of the theater. And it's been in Chicago for 100 years. But on the outside, they're embedded in the stone. It says, the greatest right any government can afford its citizen is the right to be left